HD, what is the difference in this FHA loan and this conventional loan offer that I've been given? That's a pretty big question, okay? Because there are some very big differences. So, the easiest thing that I can say to describe the differences in these two, and it's not just FHA, it's VA, it's USDA, it's any of these abbreviated loans. They're all some type of government involved loan, a government backed loan. So FHA is the Federal Housing Administration. VA is the Veterans Affairs, and USDA is the U.S. Department of Agriculture. So they all have loan programs specific to those different departments that all have additional requirements whenever we're talking about the construction of your home. So when you're looking at a price from me, for example, all of our prices are based upon, just delivering with a heat pump, setting it on footers, and getting it set up to be able to be lived in. Normally that would apply more towards a conventional loan or a full cash payment. Whenever it comes to these FHA loans, these USDA loans, these VA loans, there are additional construction requirements that we have to do, and that means additional costs as well. So there are things, the list is different for each one, but you can expect termite treatment. You can expect engineer letter for certifications, different things like that, that have to be done. There could be instances where you have to have a sidewalk. There's a bunch of different variables there that are involved. But whenever you're looking at it, you're also looking at the differences in down payments. You're looking at the differences in closing costs, and the differences in interest rates. So conventional loans are essentially a private backed loan. So a company's private interest is invested in this loan versus a government department interest in a loan. A conventional loan has a lot less requirements. The home has to be livable, but as far as the foundation, as long as your planning and zoning allows for it, you're pretty flexible with your foundation and different things like that on the conventional loans. But because it is the private sector on those conventional loans, you are looking usually at higher interest rates, but lower closing costs. There are lower closing costs involved, and they're more in control of their down payment requirements. With those abbreviated United States government department loans, they have some different guidelines that are involved that are just in place. Typically you're going to see FHAs having like a 3.5% down. Those can fluctuate, but 3.5% down is pretty normal. But that can move around as well. And you're going to see higher closing costs typically with those types of loans as well. The VA, obviously a huge draw for the VA. Our veterans who fought for our country deserve those great perks of the VA loans, but a VA is 100% financing. That's zero down. And then often that's often when we talk about, the interest rates just went up or the interest rates just went down. Those are the loans that we're talking about, those FHAs, those USDAs, those VAs, those government-backed loans. When we're talking about the Fed rates and stuff, those are typically the interest rates that we're talking about, and those are the ones that are getting affected. So you're seeing those lower interest rates because they are government department-backed rates versus that private sector. So really you can look at it as government and private, and you can look at it as regulated much more and a little bit more freedom. Those are the big differences, and obviously that's going to affect how you proceed and and what type of loan program that you want to go with. I am not a lender. I am not a financial advisor, but I work with these specific loan types every single day. And if you have questions about the offers that you're being given from different lenders when it comes to those different types of loan programs, OHD's here. Just give me a shout. I'm in your corner. I'm here to let you know what the differences are, what's going to look like long term, short term, all of that. So swing by to your trusted home consultant, HD, and let me help you out.